Hi, this is Zach here with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Wednesday the 24th of July. Starting with the FTSE 100, which is breaking down through the floor of that rising trend channel there from October. We were fearing 80.70 could be on the cards if we broke the floor of that channel, especially with the 50-day line falling, and also the multiple RSI 55 failures, which is a bit esoteric, but that is also, or has been, a leading indicator on the downside. But at least now, while we're below 81.50, the risk of 80.70. Moving on to the DAX, and here, bits of jiggery-pokery on the floor of its rising trend channel as well. I suppose we're still in a range between 18,200 and 18,700, and probably shouldn't get too excited either way. RSI neutral, basically just below 50, and really what we do need is the break of that May resistance line there around 18,600 to trigger a fresh move to the upside. Otherwise, 18,000 and the floor of the recent range seems to be on offer. Moving on to the Dow, and here markets stable at the higher levels, above the old resistance there, just above 40,000, and above that looking for this market to eventually head up to 42,000 by the end of next month. If we do break down, the worst at the moment is seen as 39,500, the floor of that rising trend channel from this time last year, and also the 50-day moving average. Next up is Bitcoin, which stalled a bit near the 70,000 area, which was slightly disappointing, but perhaps not surprising. Still there in the upper 60,000s, and RSI in the upper 50s, above the 50-day line there, around 63,700, still looking for a push to 70,000 plus, and that March resistance line over the next couple of weeks. On to gold, and here the market bouncing well above a rising 50-day line, which tends to be a continuation signal. RSI bounce at neutral 50 as well. We've had two of those this month, so this market looking very strong indeed, and looking for 2,600 at the top of that channel from December by the end of next month. Worst case at the moment is back down to 2360 and the floor of that December channel. Moving on to the stocks, and covered relatively bare, it has to be said. Braveheart is the first in the selection. Here we've had a bear trap gap reversal, so a sort of temporary fall to new lows and then a gap higher. And that suggests that while we're above the 50-day line there, around 4.8 pence, looking for up to 8 pence by the end of next month, or hopefully a bit sooner, but that market there, or that stock there, finally come to life after quite a long time. Bezant, we were hoping would turn around, and with today's RNS it obviously did, with a bit of a spike there through our initial target there around 0.027. Above that, looking for 0.04 as a best case scenario over the next few weeks. Ideally, we stay above that 200-day line there at 0.024, and been above that for quite some time. On to Carclo, which has been trending well of late. We've got that rising trend channel there from February, top of the channel there heading for 34 pence. And that's what we're looking for by the end of next month, while we remain above the initial July resistance at 24 pence. On to electric guitar, where there's been sort of a competition trying to work out where the shares might finally bounce, but they have bounced at least in a decent technical way. We've got bullish divergence, even though that we had lower lows for July, but bullish divergence in the RSI window, and also we've had an unfilled gap to the upside off the low, which tends to be a decent signal as well, or reasonably reliable signal. 1.1 pence the possible target there by the end of next month, while we remain above that gap floor. On to a stock which is pleased this week, quite a lot, probably quite a few people as well. First Class Metals, here we had our second target there at 4.8 pence, in the view here now, I think I tweeted it out yesterday, above the 200-day line, 4.4 pence, looking for 7 pence as a best case scenario on First Class. Galileo also looks as though it's turning around, breaking a resistance line there from back in the autumn of 2022, and the longer we can stay above, well, basically 1.2 pence, the greater the chance of the big breakout towards 1.8 pence in this case by the end of next month. The other positive at the moment is the way that both the 50 and 200-day lines are both rising, suggesting they were about a week or two away from a golden cross, which the run-up to which tends to be the strongest part in the cycle. Haydale is next, and another case of perhaps forensic charting. We've got this falling pattern there, but we've got bullish divergence, and the shares have also gapped off their low. So that means we're looking for 0.44 on the top of that falling trend channel by the end of next month, if we remain above the current floor there, 0.29. On to Pennpetro, where the company's still in a lap of honour situation. It looks like a mid-move consolidation, in fact, now. So a mid-move consolidation between 2.3, 3.4 pence. If we break out, then we're looking for up to 4.5 pence by the end of next month, or the way things are going quite much sooner than that, given the fact that if this is a mid-move consolidation, the upside here would be 6 or 7 pence, rather than just another penny or a penny and a half. Moving on to Shield Therapeutics, where another situation where the charting has delivered the goods. We were looking for, or regarding this as a potential rising trend channel base. The target was up to 2.9 pence. Not too far away from that now, and looking for that while we remain above the old June resistance, 2.1 pence. Or ideally, I suppose, the 50-day moving average becomes the stop loss there. Finishing off with a newly named Sunda Energy, which was Barron Oil before. I preferred it as Barron Oil, obviously. Here we've got a situation where we were suspecting that the shares have hit the floor of that rising trend channel at 0.06, and we are ultimately looking for 0.11 again, as we saw back in June, by the end of next month. If you're cautious, maybe wait for an end-of-day close above the 50 and 200-day lines, but just below that at the moment. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.